Yeah.
But welcome back to the Shattered Teeth. Well, my goodness, last week a lot of shall we say emotional turmoil for Eris. She discovered the bodies that were being sacrificed at one of these chains that keep this horrible demonic creature at bay. Some of her fellow orphans that she now, I imagine, is more like a mentor role to her. She's more like a mentor role relationship to those orphans there. But yeah, 5 of them died. Um, you followed clues up to Arbor Island. You heard that the orphans were picked up in a carriage. You traced it back to the family in Silverdale, and they had no idea what you were talking about, and you believed them. And yeah, and the carriage driver, a pale human, like with a widow's peak slicked back hair, no idea who that is. It might be just some, you know, rich people stuff of not really caring who or what their servants look like. But that's where we picked it up last week. So you had talks about maybe following another one of these chains down. But in the meantime, mighty part of our adventurers, what would you like to do?
I think we were gonna go back up another one of the chains. I believe we were gonna go up the other one that was still pretty tight. Right? Was that the plan? Because then that way we can fix that one up and make it all gunked up too, and then know where it is, basically.
And try to find some way to, see what the threat is on that side. There's a threat on this side, a threat on the last one, or as soon as a threat on the one that's still tight. So we want to try to understand that threat at the least.
Okay. Okay, so you're gonna. Looks like we rested in Silverdale.
Cool.
I assume
What
you
was the question?
I assume you head back down to Amber Barrow. Is there anything Eris would like to do in Amberdale before you head off into the into down the chain?
Yeah, if we don't mind just stopping by so I can drop off these platinum pieces that lady gave me for the orphanage real quick. That'll really help him.
Okay. Benson Ryder gratefully accepts the platinum pieces and he's saying, Miss, this is too much. I can't help but ask though. Who's going to protect the children when you're gone?
You said guards. You hire some mercenaries guards. Is that some of that?
Yeah, and we also spoke to a really nice cleric lady in a church in Amberborough here to kind of get some people over here to help out a bit as well. So hopefully she follows through for that. I mean, she's a church lady. They don't lie, right?
Okay, miss. Of course. And I'm just going to take it as written that no more adoptions.
Yes. In the meantime, until we have this situation all figured out, I think it would be safer if we just do not adopt out.
Is there a way for you to contact us should someone come searching for adoptions from Silverdale?
Yeah, they can go and talk to. Oh my gosh, those are not nearby. I don't have it. My grandfather. And let him know.
Okay.
To talk to me because I've got some down from him.
Okay, Didrik Forwillow. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
something bad comes up. I'll go talk to Didrik, and I got.
Anyone comes looking for adoptions during this time, take all their information. Let us know.
Yeah.
Okay, and once again, apologies that I didn't have any good records, but I think I've explained this before. Like, caretaker, a teacher, a cook, a cleaner. It's just a bit much, but okay. Hopefully this helping. Miss Eris, did you find out who or what's behind this?
Unfortunately, our leads that we did have kind of turned up nothing. But we did get a little bit of help from the folks over there in Silverdale, and they'll be keeping an eye out on their side of things as well, since they seem to be. At least they said they were coming from Silverdale. We aren't quite sure. We can't verify that information. But at the very least, somebody high up on the chain is keeping an eye out for us.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
No pun intended.
Well.
Okay. Good luck then. I know these are bigger problems and I will have to deal with, but good luck.
Thanks. We'll probably need it.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Hey guys, you gotta notice that Rafe is a lot lighter of demeanor, and he's not wearing his cloak. He's back into that. He looks like this, and he's like a weight off his shoulders kind of thing. Joking around with you more, not being silent, surly tight.
So not hidden in the cloak so much anymore either, right?
Right. You might change if we go somewhere else, but not right here.
Got his confidence a little bit more. Oh, there's our DM. Hello.
Hey!
I was wondering where you were. I didn't see your face.
Forgot to click the button. Forgot to click the button. But there we go. Real life animatronic DM. Okay, so you're heading back into the temple.
Yes.
Follow the chains where they may. Okay. So, you go down into the temple just north of Amber Barrow, and you go forward through into the temple. That looks a pretty normal temple, before ripping the cover off and going down into this deeper, darker temple once again, with all these messages seemingly related to the chained oblivion and how to release him, and death will come to all that type of cheery stuff. And once again, you find this crankshaft. Thankfully, it's still covered in, all sorts of clay, hardened clay, and everything gunked up the gear, as no one's appeared to have touched it in the meantime. So that's something going for you, at least. And you take note of this and then start descending down once again into the chains, down deep below the islands and the sea itself. Is there anything you'd like to do or discuss on your way down?
I mean, from what I remember, having discussions on the way down don't usually end up very good. I'm pretty sure that ends up being disjointed.
Before we get to the chains, then Udas would ask Eris, are you sure you want to go before we find the culprit to these murders? You may never get your revenge once we go down these chains again.
I will say that stopping whatever these people, or whatever the heck they were, if you want to call them that, were doing, I think that is the greatest form of revenge that I could get.
If you insist. I prefer the direct type of revenge personally, but it is yours to take or leave as you wish.
But there's no regret in that. They don't get to regret doing what they did. They just die, and that's the end of it. At least now their life will have been an entire waste.
Someone who hurts a child shows no regret for anything.
I'll support you guys. However you want to support you. Say that if we don't stop this thing, all of these kids are dead. So But
I think
if you guys
everybody's
want to,
dead. That
yeah.
thing looked pretty nasty. I mean, I didn't look at it, but I saw Rafe's face when he looked at it, and he looked like this, and I'm gonna do like a little performance of like what he looked like when he looked at it.
I think that's it for you
Okay.
Guess I'll be quiet.
Want to make
Um,
sure.
I do have a little game that we could play as we're descending down the chains if you all are interested in it. At least I find it
Go on.
entertaining. I don't know if you will.
Okay.
It's a game called Seashell, so I'll whisper something into one of your guys' ears, and you have to pass the message along as you hear it, and we'll see what we end up with at the end.
That'll be interesting.
Oh,
Do
we
you
might be down there for days. It passes the time.
What's your initial seashells message, Eris?
Do you have one planned?
Yeah. Well, I've grabbed one off of a funny suggestion list. I'm going to go over to Soren and I'm going to whisper something. I'm going to. Should I actually whisper it to him? What would you prefer?
Um. Hmm.
He's gone.
You could both go over to voice channel 2 and do it there, I guess.
I'll just private message him. That
All
works
right.
too. I'll grab his little thing.
Oh, I received a message. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Not sure if that's an effect for messaging on.
Okay, well, I'm gonna. He's gonna pass this down the line, I guess. God damn. He's gonna message Udas. Because it's
Just
funnier to say it to this person. Alright, let's message your Discord.
Alright. And I will whisper to Rafe as soon as I leave. Oh, there he is.
Hey, two.
Oh, come on. Sorry, it didn't.
Ray, here's nothing. Phelan. What are you gonna call me?
I like how I've just completely hijacked this.
Yep,
I
sorry.
know.
That is your job as a player.
Randomness. Hey, I got something.
The question is anyone changed? Like real, it's called telephone, but I guess telephones don't, exist in this world.
Nope.
So I'm supposed to say it out loud or send it
Called
back to-
Seashell.
back to-
Sorry.
Yeah, if you want to say it out loud.
You're a
Dim.
bad, ranged, brutal man, and you halved my pity. Halved.
What was the first bit?
You're a bad, ranged, brittle man.
Range riddle man. No.
Bad, ranged.
I'm happy it got changed.
Okay then.
I just copy pasted it because I thought it was hilarious to say to Udos.
I didn't hear
Yeah.
any of it because I am drunk and in a time portal that's messing with my senses. So,
That is fair.
So Rafe heard nothing but jibber jabber.
So that's what it started at. You're a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Oh,
It was close. That was fun though.
And as Udas points out, it's very hard to do it in these chains, as you're a bad. You've halved my pity. That's a lot better than you have my pity. You've halved my pity. All right, yes, but as Udas rightly points out, this is a very difficult game, but it does pass the time as you do these telephone games. And as you know, sometimes it takes a very short time for the person to respond. Sometimes it takes a long time to respond. And I've explained this time warping effect before as you go down. I don't need to go through it again. But as you approach what you assume is the place where this chained creature is, you hear very faintly. Well, first of all, you hear chains rattling, and you hear a very soft sound. And you stop and listen. It's different than anything you've heard before. And it almost sounds like a song. Some of you strain to hear it.
I don't know if I want to hear it.
All the languages that you speak, including some of the darker ones that I know Eris knows, you're strained to hear it. It sounds guttural. In a weird way, it's almost doesn't have rhythm, but it still comes across as a song. It's really odd. And you try and make out the words going through the languages you can't hear. But you know that if you go closer to this creature, this song will get louder and louder and louder.
Does it sound like it is the one doing it, or does it sound like something else, or I can't quite place it?
Tell you what, make an insight check. You're not sure. It could be the creature itself singing. It could be something else. You don't know. You can't place it. I mean, sometimes it is very deep, and sometimes it's very high. I mean, if it was consistently deep, like in the bass registers, you think maybe it's coming from such a large creature who's bound to have a booming voice. But other times it goes high. And lacking a rhythm? Failing on English there, but yeah, lacking a rhythm, but still coming across. It's very disconcerting.
forward, right? And backwards.
That makes me feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna reach into my little purse. I'm gonna take out a coin. I'm going to use my magical tinkering ability on it so that it just starts making noises, and I'm gonna just stick it like in the corners of my ears so that it just stays there.
One coin
every
or
once in a while.
2 coins? Just 1 coin? Because you have 2 ears.
Yeah, I'll do 2.
Okay, so it's creating some sound in your ears, right? And obviously a lot more pleasant than this really eerie song that's coming through. Okay, noted.
Go on. Shield on, I guess. Strength in front, I'm assuming. He usually is these days, right? Yes. Yes.
Okay, well let's get a...
Back, right?
Well, let's get in order now. This is important.
Yeah.
So you're traveling this way, we'll say. So feel free to arrange yourself. If Kenryu and Roman on the side. Out the way.
Probably shouldn't go last, because I have stuff in my ears.
Judas usually is last, right?
Yeah,
So, Aaron, you want to be in front of Judas?
There we go. Snuggling right up in there. There we go.
All right.
So Rick's gonna be careful where he looks, but I don't know how he does that. He has to go before he has to go, so just gonna be aware of what's up there. And if he knows, if he sees something, he recognizes it. It'll be bad if he will ever gaze.
Okay, so keeping your eyes gazed, averted as you go down. The song is getting louder and louder as you approach. Any other preparations Fowlin is going to make?
Yeah. Sound. Bandages. Let's see what I've got right here. It's a mess kit. Nope, a cutlery. So I'm trying to see the stuff in my ears. Oh, I have a huge kit. Yeah, put some bandages out and try to stuff his ears a little bit with bandages.
Okay. Soren, are you making any preparations?
No.
Okay. And Judas?
Yeah, I'm gonna blindfold myself and just put my hand on Soren's shoulder and walk her.
Hey, the three. Please, somebody cover your mouth. Cover your mouth, Soren.
That's the three monkeys. Yeah.
Okay. So hand placed on Soren's shoulder. Eris coins in your ear. Rafe bandages in your ear. Udas closing up his eyes, and Soren just wandering through. And you see that the glowing from the creature as you get closer, and the song that he's singing is getting louder and louder, obviously. And just as you kind of look just out the corner of your eye, you see this is in fact the creature that is singing. And you look back at Eris almost as a reflex. And Eris's looks really odd. First of all, her face kind of caves in, then her body itself caves in, and then she comes back and it appears her insides are now her outsides. And you look at Soren and several heads sprout out of Soren's shoulders. Boop, 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 boop. Before long, he's just a mass of connected heads. And Udas just dissolves into a puddle and is crawling along behind you, just like as a like a grey ooze or something like that. And Eris, you look around and Fowlin is taking on some beast-like creatures. At first thing you think it might be Tana coming back, but then weird limbs. He's got like the face of Tana, but the body of all sorts of weird animals kind of mashed together. And you're all experiencing similar just perversions of reality. And you do see the chains, and the chains have turned into vines. And despite this chaos going around you and this song echoing in the air, you fixate on this chain, this taut chain that you wanted to go through. Are you going to go past this creature as it sings this unholy song and head for the chain/vine?
Out of reach, hopefully.
Yeah, we're like close to the walls, right? But without like melting into them on this really insane trip that we're on right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the walls appear like butter, and when you put your hand up, it almost goes through. And you know, this can't be true. Eris can't be inside out. Judas can't be a puddle, but it still persists. I need everybody. Fowlin and Eris, you may make this at advantage. Soren and Judas, you may not. Can you please make me a charisma saving throw?
Well,
Ooh,
oh,
look
not
at
bad! Oh my
Soren.
god! Oh,
Yep, that's
I don't
about
know if
right.
that's high enough for me, but that was like a 19 on the die. That's pretty good.
Just need one from Fowlin.
Yeah, it's not one to roll. I don't know why it's getting stuck, you know. Well, I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way, you know.
The
D20.
old-fashioned way.
And then D20
13 plus what?
is plus 5.
Okay. So it's 18. That's what you rolled?
Yeah, 18. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, this is psychic damage. Oh, sorry, you're immune to psychic. Oh, resistant to psychic? Resistant. So you can take, with a save of 20, that would be 22 points of damage. Judas, you can take 90 points of damage. Eris, you can take 45 points of damage. Oh no, 46 points of damage. And Fowlin, 90 points of damage. And that's not all. So I gotta... Yeah, I did. So I should have had this prepared. Okay. Can Rafe and Judas. Let's start with Judas. Roll me a D100, please. 38. And roll me a percentage dice. D100. Another D100, I guess. Yep. 82. Okay, I'm going to whisper something to you, Judas. Because this is something only you would notice. Rafe, can you also roll me a D100? Another D100, 52.
Got 2 or 1?
Just a sec. Okay. I'll just do a direct copy for this. Who's this? Rafe. Got it, Rafe?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so pretend you as players don't really notice anything. You obviously notice everybody is just completely wrecked by the song as you approach this creature's presence. I assume you're making a beeline for the vine / chain.
Yeah, can I lay my hands on myself?
That will slow you down.
No, I guess not. No.
Okay. So you all just taken. It's like a psychic slap to the face, and then some. There's Judas and Fowlin up, particularly they fall to one knee. Soren did relatively well from this, and the rest of you, all of you, just head to this chain, and just almost holding your ears just to get this maddening song out of your head, you continue up. Can you all make me a perception check, please? Everybody make me a perception check.
Does anybody else do D&D Beyond? Or are you guys working?
What did you say, Rafe?
Or are you guys working out of Roll20, or are you guys working out of D&D Beyond?
D&D Beyond.
None of my rolls are on.
Yeah, it's weird. I can't see you in the game log either. Because like
Yeah,
usually I can
get the
see
roll.
Soren's roll, but I can't see yours.
I can't get anything to roll. It's like popping up like.
Multiple last files will do what you did before, right? The D20 rolls.
Yeah, I rolled it. I rolled it in there. I did it in there.
Okay, well, let
So
me have a
3
look.
plus, it's a bad one. So
Well, the 3 plus not enough.
And the plus 4.
That's how
Plus
much.
4, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So I'm just going to see if I can see your rolls and the game log. No, it's weird. It's not even getting to the plugin. Soren, Rafe, and Udas. You notice that you don't notice anything. You're far too concerned about your own misery from this song. Eris, you do look up, and this massive creature is contained in a cave. And you're not sure if this is truly happening or not, but you notice the ceiling above this, where this creature is. It looks like it's a black, thick tar, and this tar is slowly dripping off the roof and falling to the ground, where it promptly evaporates. And you swear that the roof of this cavern is just a little bit taller than when you were here last time. You
Sounds very
head
good.
you head to the chain, and you scramble up all this weird chaos is still enveloping you, but you're a determined group, and eventually you get free of the effect. Udas is no longer a puddle, Soren is no longer just heads, and so on. And you get far enough away from the song that it's no longer affecting you. And you find yourself on the chains once again.
Are those effects still?
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna basically slap myself and cast Cure Wounds on myself.
All right.
Do similar things.
That was garbage. I'm gonna do that again, but
Okay.
probably better, hopefully. Slightly.
Udas will yell out, Eris, I need healing. But he is still blindfolded, holding on to Soren, and he's like dragging Soren down.
What's worse is that she can't hear you. She's got the coins in her ears, man.
He's yelling with. I mean, Soren would hear him.
Soren will telepathically tell Eris, "Yo, slap my boy Udas. He hurtin'."
Eris will kind of look confused for a second before going in for like an actual slap, and then second later, like realizing what you mean. So I will cast Cure Wounds, and I won't kill him with whatever health he has left. Okay, here you go, bud. Oh my god, that was terrible.
What was that? 4, a 1, and a 2.
Yeah, you can have another one out of pity. That was okay. That's I don't want to be tapped, so that's all you got. Can I like remove your blindfold? I guess you don't really need to be blindfolded anymore.
What's happening? What?
Hello? Oh, I'll remove the I'll remove the coins from my ears. I think we're good now. I mean we passed it, and he didn't die.
Soren's just shaking his head.
What are you saying? I can't hear you.
What? Do you have something in your ears too? I'm gonna point at your ears.
What?
I'm gonna look at Soren. Did he put something in his ears?
Oh.
Not that I know of, and sort of like look in his ears. Then he'll telepathically speak to Udas, like, "Hey, what's up? Why can't you hear us?"
I can't hear anything. I don't know. I can't bet. I just got hit with a fucking mind wave. And now I can't hear anything.
He says he can't hear anything.
Oh.
He says he got hit with like some
I think it's-
wave. I mean, I just got like a little bit of a headache, but it went away instantly. I thought that.
I think he's playing some kind of games. I don't know what it is. He's playing some kind of games. I think. Yeah. He's full of shit. We should just go.
Soren was just like telling us like we're heading out.
I can't. I'm screaming this. I won't scream into the microphone.
Oh,
So
thank
you
you.
guys would have
Thank you.
Thanks for
no
that.
volume control, so he would just be screaming. I am going to get killed if we fight something and I don't have my hearing.
I'm gonna take out a piece of paper and I'm gonna write in common, plenty of deaf people go by day and don't die. You'll be fine for now, just keep going up. We're not gonna sit here.
Will scream. They aren't fighting fucking demons.
I can't fix it for you right now.
Fine. Only because I think I'll need you later. He'll cast Lesser Restoration on you.
Oh,
cast Hootie Wutta?
Lesser
bring it-
Restoration.
Can
Oh,
you bring up the description for that, please?
I cannot because this is posting.
Oops.
I'm
Yeah.
still trying to solve this. Like nothing is rolling, nothing is posting. It's really annoying me.
Okay, well, the Lesser Restoration came up, so that's something.
Yeah.
So you cast Lesser Restoration on Udas, maybe to remove whatever's causing him to be deafened. The spell appears to have taken hold. Judas, you still don't hear anything.
Do I even verbal? Do I see him waving his hands around?
Yes, got a somatic companion.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope, that didn't work.
He's faking it. He's full of shit. I don't know why. I don't know what game he's playing, but he's faking it.
Yes, I still. Just to clarify, I do see Diffend on Lesser Restoration. For reasons it doesn't work. For reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Phelan said he's faking it. You know, I don't know what game he's playing, but he's faking
This is like the opposite of the seashell game.
it.
I don't know what you're saying, but none of it's helping. And he is going to pull out a bottle.
See, he's fine.
Okay, well, I'll cast another Cure Wounds on him so he feels a little bit better about his situation.
Okay.
But other than that, I really can't help you.
Everyone grumbles. We gotta
He
go.
doesn't hear that.
I know.
Drinking.
I'll write another note that says, "Hey, we're going up. Smack the pythons into the chain. When I stop and hold the python there, don't hit me with it."
This is fucking bullshit. And throw the glass down and let's go.
Okay.
And are you smashing the pythons in as you go, Udas?
Yeah, wherever, as best as I can.
Okay. So, putting in as many pythons as you can, you hammer them down, and eventually, of course, you run out of pythons. But at least you think it'd be. I mean, it's definitely not harming the chain being taut, right? It's not doing any harm. How much good it's doing, you're not sure, but it's definitely not doing any harm. And you continue your ascent once again. This song, this weird melodic song, is still rattling around in your head, even though you don't actually hear it, but it was obviously that disturbing. And you continue your slow ascent up to this chain. Same effects. Conversations are stunted. They're delayed, sometimes days, sometimes even longer. Like you ask her a question and check how everybody's going, and no response comes back, and then a day, a week, you don't know. But then they reply, and then other times they're almost replying before you even ask the question. But the slow march continues up and up and up into this chains. After an indeterminate amount of time, the chains start getting enveloped what looks like weeds, vines, roots of a tree. What would you like to do?
We get any, rest? I don't know how many days it's been, but I feel pretty beat up and tired.
Yeah, I agree with the rest.
Is there like a flat part of this area that we don't have to be climbing vertically that we could take a rest at?
Yeah, sometimes you're climbing the chain, just vertically up, and sometimes the chain is completely flat. If you'd like to attempt to take a long rest along the way, I'm not going to stop you.
Short rest would be
I know what
fine.
all of you are saying, but I assume you're agreeing with me.
A short rest would be fine. If we get a quick breather.
I'll write a little note for you
Maybe
that
last
says
time.
we're gonna take a little nap, small little nap. 1 hour nap, according to the game's
There
rule.
you go.
That's what they needed.
Okay. So you all settle down and start, repairing wounds, reminding yourself of the spells that you're casting. Can everybody please make me a Constitution saving throw, please? As you stop for a moment amongst these change.
Yeah.
Rafe, whatever your modifier is, that's a no.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
7. So it's 10.
There we
So,
go.
okay.
Saving throw.
Nice comment.
Yeah, con save. Yep, con save, please. Ah,
Oh my god.
okay, that's
I
all
rolled
pretty
horribly
good.
tonight, but
So just whispering something to Rafe.
okay.
Mechanically, you get your short rest. So feel free to take some short rest, roll some hit dice or whatever you want to do, but mechanically you get a successful short rest. Ooh, there's some
Oh,
big
gosh.
barbarian rolls.
Needed them.
Not me. 2, 3, and 1. You kidding me?
Ah, dearie me.
So it's
Well, that's better.
plus. A lot.
Ooh, there you go. There's the balance.
Yeah, I'm good. Okay.
Paris.
We don't talk about it.
I
I saw it
keep
too.
getting terrified that it's mine, and I'm like, wait, no, that's not possible.
No, that's just Eris. Yeah.
Now, just for
Roll
shits
dice
and
are trying to
giggles,
kill her.
let me roll for Rafe. See if his sheet is cursed. Well, it's cursed in one sense.
Oh, no, that is not a good sign.
Yeah, but not cursed in the way that Sean's experiencing it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm I'm gonna go. You guys keep up. I don't know what y'all playing at. I don't know why you guys are doing this, why you're here for, but I gotta get this mission done. You guys are playing too many games, and he gets up and starts going.
Okay, bye. Have a great time.
What did he say?
I think Ed got a. Soren will telepathically tell Udos. I'm pretty sure his head got all screwed up when you went deaf, and he's just kind of being a dickwad and just going off on his own. That's what I'm taking from this, at least.
I'll
That's what he tells Udos.
He's going.
I'll kind of shrug. Is this before or after the rest?
Oh, he is after the rest.
Yeah. Short
After
rest
this?
completed.
I'll
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
shrug towards Soren, which is my last buddy that can actually hear me. I guess we're gonna go after him.
Yup.
Like, I know he's kind of messed up in the head, but yeah, I don't know how to fix this. I don't know how to fix that either, and I'm gonna point at Udis. Okay, but I guess it's better if we stay in a group and don't get picked off one by one.
Why'd you point at me?
I'm gonna give him a little thumbs up and pretend it's a good thing, and then leave.
Just making sure if you're ready to go.
Okay, so after this short rest, you continue climbing, traversing this chain with, I imagine, Fowl and Rafe is just kind of storming up ahead. Not caring if they... Well, explain to me, what's Fowlin doing?
He's just
How does
going.
he-
He's got hunched over and he's very focused forward and he's hunting back kind of worriedly behind him, but he's pick up the pace and go on a pretty fast pace.
Okay. So, I mean, Eris at least suspected, and sound like Soren too, that something's not right with your buddy Rafe, but he's just ploughing on ahead. And you scramble and you do manage to keep pace with him. And eventually, after an indeterminate time, as I said, that the chain and the passageway that the chain is in starts getting choked up with vines and roots and other kind of underground plant life, I guess. But you get right to the start of where this plant life gets very thick and you can't really avoid it. What do you do?
I don't think smashing vines will do anything, guys.
Rafe, do you got this with your slashy swords, or?
He didn't answer. He just pull a sword out and start slashing as soon as he can. Tries to do it.
I'm just gonna take a few steps back and let the lawnmower do his job. I'm not getting anywhere close to that.
The lawnmower.
He's already mad.
does
Sorry.
does to his job. The vines, these creepers, are relatively easy to get rid of. There's almost like, it looks like a very, very thick root coming down the center of it. It would be possible to squeeze past the root once these vines are done. It'll be a bit of a tight squeeze. What does Fowlin do? Is he clearing the root out the way as well, or just the vines?
The root, does root look dangerous or look just a root?
Make a nature check.
See. Nature is 0. That's easy roll.
Okay.
Look at that.
Trying to think of a reason why Rafe would know about roots. I can't think of one, but you read it in a botany book one time, and this looks like a normal root. It doesn't look poison. It doesn't look infected. Just a big, thick-ass root.
He just keeps on going then, going through.
Including the root?
If the root doesn't look dangerous, looks normal, he just go past it as best he can.
Okay. So, thinking that it's not looking dangerous, you kind of work around the root. And eventually, it's still relatively easy to climb with this chain in the center. And eventually you hack through this one last section of the vines. And you look up and you realize that if you just followed this root up, you'd be at the base of a fairly large tree. And judging by the size of this root, it's a massive tree. And you see daylight coming through.
Our lawnmower stopped. Are you okay up there? Are you gonna keep going?
Can't answer each other. It's not for that stuff. Can you climb it? Is that what you're saying?
Yep, you can climb out and get into whatever's above there.
Alright, go do that.
Okay. So, you pop through and you look up, and as I said, there's just a massive a tree, and you look around and this tree's kind of in the middle of a forest, and you notice as you pop your head out, this man dressed in greens and browns and looking like he's wearing an antler horn. Antler horns, he says. Oh, hello. What's your name, friend? Here, let me help you out. And he reaches out a hand to help you out.
By the way, no, he took me back away. No, who are you? He's full sword out in front of you. And held it for him. Who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies. My name is Ree.
You just stand over there. He kind of waves his sword.
Oh,
Where am I?
oh, you're in our forest. Please, come. If you're paranoid, I understand that. We mean you
I
no
did-
harm. Please come. And he steps back, giving you plenty of room to get out if you want to.
Yeah, he keeps an eye on as he kind of walks past you, kind of around. You know, he sidesteps you. Um, what land is this?
Oh, this is
Or like what island?
this is nature's land. I don't understand the question.
I'm looking for cultists, shaved head people.
Uh,
They're dangerous. Have you seen people like that?
no, it's just my wife and our disciples. And this guy's got a fantastic mane of brown hair.
Yeah.
Leaves and twigs and flowers woven into it. It's quite a magnificent mane of hair, in fact. The opposite of these bald-headed people you've experienced before.
He's in disciples, so I put him on edge. It's like, no, I don't. That's not. Thank you very much. I'm going to continue on and look for any look around for any sign of where to go.
Okay, do the rest of you come up?
Any direction.
Yeah, I'll pop up.
Okay, you all pop up, and you see this man who introduced himself as Ree. You see he's got a... They're all human. You see a female kind of attached to his arm and kind of just holding his arm in the way that a husband and a wife might. Just holding his arm. And she's similarly attired, with these antler horns on her head and, very greens and browns and oranges on her cloak. And the same thing, flowers, twigs, things, and twisted around her hair. And there's about 6 or so other people who... You get the impression that these two are the leader of the group, and then these other people are the disciples trying to learn whatever it is. What you also notice is that the chain is winding around this big central tree. And at the top, there's a spike. And the spike is driven deeply into the side of the tree and is effectively holding the chain in place. But they say, come up. If you're a friend to nature, you have nothing to fear here. Please, come through.
All right, that is very suspicious in the way that you said that, but okay. What all do you folks do here with your nature and stuff?
Who are these guys? What are they doing?
Oh, also, apologies, he's deaf at the moment. He can't hear, so if he yells a lot, he's not angry at you specifically. I'm pretty sure he's just angry in general.
Are these things?
Maybe I can help with that, says the wife. Bring him over here, please.
Okay.
I think I can help him.
Soren, did you want to let him know that?
Yeah. Soren will telepathically tell Udos, like, she says she might be able to help you if you go over to her with your whole deafness issue.
Yeah.
Okay, not that you hear that. Not that you hear this, but she places a hand on either side of your ear, and she looks down, and then she says, "Wait here, just a moment." And she disappears. And she goes into the forest, comes back maybe 5 or so minutes later, and she's got a bunch of leaves in this little basket she's carrying. And then she gets a little mortar and she puts the leaves into it. And then, rather disconcertingly, she spits a couple of times in the mortar. and starts grounding it with this mortar till it forms a type of paste. And she gets the paste on her hands, holds it up to Judas's ear. She kind of tilts her head, looking for your approval. Judas?
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, do whatever.
So she puts the paste in your ears, kind of. You feel it. It's going in pretty deep, and then she waves her hand, and the squid clay paste type mixture starts coming out. As it comes out, some black tendrils, almost looks like a slug, starts getting pulled out both your ears, and then she drops it, stamps on both of these slimy, sluggy looking things. And Judas, whatever she did, it worked.
Did I see the slugs come out of my ears?
You
or-
did?
Not really.
You did?
Delicious.
I'm not even gonna roll for it. He'll definitely throw up after.
Uh, Soren will
And then get out a thank you.
after throwing up in
Yeah,
her boots.
pretty much.
She, as you're throwing up, she's placing a gentle hand on your shoulder, and you hear her saying, "It's okay, it's okay, it's out now, it's out now." And I can't help but celebrate that the very I guess maybe the second thing after that horrible retching sound that you made. Can't you hear the nature, the bees, the butterfly, the breezes? I'm pleased that this is the sound that you awaken to. Isn't it
Don't
beautiful?
worry, I'm already one with the earth. We're good. And he'll just pat him on the shoulder and pat her on the shoulder and kind of just take a rest against one of the trees.
All right, yes. If you need to rest, you're more than welcome to. We have ceremonies to prepare, but you don't
They
seem.
said, I'm
Yes.
sorry to interrupt, but they said our friend is fucked up too. Like, and he's pointing at Rafe.
Yeah, he's being a jerk.
Yeah,
It is.
guys,
Like,
Not
guys,
normal
he's
for
in
him.
back. He's not. He's like I know y'all start throwing. His sword's still drawn.
And this time it's
Yeah, that's an
the
issue.
male comes up and says, my friend, my wife healed
Oh, so you
your
are
friend."
not putting that in my ear. You are not putting one of those in my ear.
Oh no. I
Soren's
mean-
gonna cast calm emotions on Rafe.
Okay.
I have no idea what I should do with that.
Oh, you can start with a charisma save. And we'll go from there.
Besides it,
Better not be a.
15.
Hey, let's go.
15. The thing that was amplified before Sean is less amplified, but it is still there.
So he's gonna watch you guys warily. He's not attacking you guys, but he's not looking mollified. How's it?
Look, if you have something wrong with your friend, what downside does it have for me to try and help you? I mean, you saw my wife. She cured your friend's deafness.
I don't know. You didn't put it there.
Oh, was he deaf before or after he came to the grove? I suspect before.
Most definitely before.
I mean,
I'm not deaf.
Now you're just a dick. just hear the man out.
I mean, man, your friend called you a dick, which I must say is highly rude. But this is your decision. If you're afflicted by something, if you need help, then by the blessings of nature, I can help you. But if there's nothing wrong with you, if you're not willing, then there's nothing I can do to help.
Okay.
Would you like me to try, though?
Yeah, he'll I had to say, wait, what? He was thinking about himself. He'll tense up, but he'll let him approach. He'll put his swords away.
Okay. So first, I'm just going to lay my hands on your head, and you feel a slight pressure as I put my thumbs into your temple. This is just to work out what the question is. Is that okay?
Yeah, so he grits his teeth.
Okay,
And
and
it crushes your head.
it's painful as he drives the thumbs into your temple. Okay. I'll need a while to prepare this. It's going to be I guess you'd call it a potion or a brew of some time, but it's going to take me a little while to do this. So make yourself comfortable. As I said, once I've cured your friend of his malady, we'll continue on with our rituals. You know, just druid stuff. It'll be okay. And he goes over to like a small pot. Uses a cantrip to heat up the water in the pot. Then he starts adding bits and pieces to it. So this will take 10, 20 minutes, something like that. Please make yourself at home. And what would you like to do while this guy's cooking? Actually, can Judas make me a history check? Judas, a history check.
Okay.
Okay. That is good enough. So that's what you pick up on, Judas, with your 15. So, are you guys just waiting for this brew? Is there anything else you'd want to do?
Yeah, he's in the corner. We can't do anything.
Okay.
I'll wait until Rafe is looking a little bit better before going to go inspect the chain situation.
Soren's gonna walk around aimlessly.
Okay. Everybody needs to go. Okay.
Snooping about.
So, what's Judas doing with his newfound hearing? Drinking?
The information you gave me, what direction?
Uh-huh.
No, which north, south, east, west?
I put it in there. It's to the...
Yeah. Oh,
so
okay.
other way around.
Yeah. Right. So he's just staring east. He's not moving. Yeah. He might be taking a couple drinks, but he's just standing looking east.
Yeah.
He's not...
Steering east makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Eventually, this potion is ready, this brew. And he gets out a cup made from wood, and he approaches Fowlin with this cup. And inside it looks like clear liquid. It looks like water, has a consistency of water. And he says, there is something wrong with your mind, my friend. If you drink this concoction I have brewed for you, you'll be in a lot of pain. You'll be in a lot of pain for, to be honest, several minutes. But after that, your mind will be yours again. And he places this wooden... Whoops! Accidentally leant on my thingamajig. There is no fire damage. And he places it down at your feet and says, this is your choice. I've explained what will happen. The choice is yours. And he walks away.
Yeah. Rafe will look at it and kind of like a shot, tries to take it quick.
So you take it quick, did you say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just knock it back.
Before thinking
Okay.
about it, trying like a band-aid fast.
Yep.
Hopefully it
Okay.
do.
Tastes like water, has a consistency of water, but then you feel an intense pain in your head, like something screaming in your head, and you can't help it, and you fall into a fetal position. And then, to everybody else's horror, smoke starts pouring out of your nose, out of your mouth, out of your eyes, out of your ears, and it twists round and forms like some type of smoke creature on top of it. And the creature's trying to break away, but it's kind of held by these tendrils of smoke to Rafe's head. And Rafe, you're just screaming in pain. This is horrible. It feels like your brain is being sucked out via the various orifices on your head. Anybody do anything to help Rafe, or just enjoy the ride?
Did it happen to the east?
Nope, he's behind you.
I didn't see it.
Okay.
And thinks he's turning into a dragon and is amazed.
Yeah.
He's got smoke coming out of everything.
Eris?
There's nothing I can do to help him. I will watch out of morbid curiosity.
After minutes, and for the first time in a long time, you know what a minute is. But after 3-4 minutes, the smokes leaves Rafe and kind of just blows away into the air. The demon or whatever it was that formed the smoke, just gone. And Rafe, Fowlin, those things that I whispered to you, no longer apply.
Okay. So he gets up. It's kind of, I guess he feels weak and disoriented, and oh, sorry guys. That's like some really bad stuff.
It was just a really bad trip. I think we all understand. They definitely. We could see you were affected, and Eudes was affected.
Can we not do that again?
I mean, we kinda have to, though. But we can do it better the next time, right, guys? Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't really affect me. I was fine.
Re, the male druid says, "Well, I am pleased that worked. Now, as I said, we've helped you. We just ask that you just pay a little bit more respect to nature in your time. If you take something from the forest, replace it with twice what you took. If you need to hunt, we're not opposed to hunting, but do not leave the young. Do not slaughter the parents. If they have children, if they have young animals in their care, then maybe shoot the next one. And always be respectful to the creature as well, of course. And perhaps the greatest respect you can do for the creatures is to use all parts of it. The skin for clothing, all parts of it. The bones can be useful as well, so that's all we ask in return. But I must say, you have arrived to our grove. You seem to have sprung forth from the earth itself. I'm not sure what's up with that. But you've come to a great time of blessing. Because now is the time, as we begin our rituals, we can free our blessed tree from the chains that bind it. We've been performing this ritual for several days in a row now, and we're sure it's not going to take that much longer. And then our guardian oak tree, it will be freed of the chains. So you've come at a most fortuitous time. It is the day that we free the tree.
Can you explain the chain in the tree and how it got there and what that's about?
Well, the chain has been there for as long as we can remember. The forefathers before us talk of a of a sapling, and then a chain, and the chain kind of become part of the sapling, and it grew and grew and grew up. No one can't quite remember how the spike got there. But you see, the chain is cutting into the tree, and we were visited by a gentleman and his friends not that long ago, maybe 3, 4, 10 days, and he explained the rituals that we would need to perform to remove the spike. No, obviously we've gone up there and tried to physically remove it. It proved to be impossible. And now, as the oak's grown, you see it's digging into its bark, but this struggling to find the right word here, gentleman, creature, person, human, he explained to us what we needed to do. And
Who was this thing that the person that explained? Who was it that explained to you what they needed to do?
the reason I am struggling to explain who or what he is, firstly, he didn't technically talk to us, I guess you could say. He more or less smoked into our mind. It was most unsettling. I imagine he was a tall man earlier in life, but he was hunched, had these spindly little arms and legs. And the reason that he talked into our mind as opposed to just talked, I find it hard to say, but this guy had no tongue. He had deep, dark, sunken eyes, a gaunt face, and I assume because of lack of his tongue, but he constantly drew down the side of his mouth, and he kept on making these weird croaking noises, dressed in rags, filthy, lacked hair, looked somewhat. But he came to us in peace. He brought us some gifts of the forest, and explained to us how we could free our tree. And we've been trying to free our tree for generations, so we welcomed its help. And the ritual that he taught us worked. And I'm not sure if today's ritual will free it, but we know the chains that bind the tree are getting weaker and weaker every day. So as I said, you've arrived at a time of joyous celebration, where our oak tree will be freed.
The problem, though, is that deep down, where this chain's connected is a demon beyond imagining. It sounds like this individual who's helping you to free the tree was doing it for his own ends, so release something that would destroy all of the nature, all that you care about. I'm afraid you're being tricked.
Oh, you are strangers. I mean, we've been more than nice and welcoming to you. But we've been trying to free this tree for generations. This is what we're focused on, so...
Could I ask why?
Why what?
Why have you been trying to quote-unquote free this tree for generations?
The chains that bind the tree, they're nasty, I guess. Just look at the tree. And you look at the tree, and the chains have gotten deep in within the bark of the tree, and sap is almost like blood dripping down from the tree. And where the spike is driven in towards the top of the tree, sap-like stuff is going there. I thought I made myself clear that this tree, it wouldn't be wrong to say it is like a god to us. It is everything. It is everything that we hold dear is represented by this tree. We've been tired at watching our tree weep, and this man has showed us how to free the tree, and we will free the tree.
What are the steps for this ritual? I don't want to see them. I just want you to explain them to me so that I understand.
Well, me and my wife will lead the chant that this man taught us. Our disciples, I guess, for lack of a better word, will chant it. And over the course of an hour, we find we can only do it for an hour each day. I can guarantee you that the chains will be loosened. I cannot guarantee you that that our tree will be freed, but the chains will be loosened. And maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe in a week, maybe in a month, however long it takes, we're going to continue to chant and free our tree.
I see. So you're disrupting the very nature of the tree because you dislike something.
Oh, we're freeing the tree from the chains. I'm not sure what you're not getting, miss. I mean, that is plainly not natural. Our tree is literally bleeding from this chain.
If it grew like this from a sapling, who are you to say that this is not natural?
I mean, apparently you don't get trees, miss. Our tree is bleeding, and we need to stop its suffering. I mean, if there's a human here wrapped up in chains, you'd want to free it, wouldn't it? If it bled and it screamed and it cried?
Are you sure that the tree is screaming and crying? Have you talked to it? Is that something you can do?
Talking not in the sense that you mean it, but when you're as connected to nature as we are, we can feel its pain. I mean, I'm not sure what you're not seeing, miss. Do you not see the chains bite into it? Do you not see the blood coming out of it? It's not blood, it's sap. Do you not see the blood coming out of it? This is a perversion of nature.
You haven't seen what we've seen, and then Zoran will cast a minor illusion to show him the demon that is connected to the trees, or to the chain. This is what the chain is keeping locked away beneath the earth, or the planet.
Well, let's. Well, first of all, that's horrifying. Second of all, if I assume that everything you say is true, that we've been tricked, this is some part of a greater plan that, and he almost scoffs at this point, that is holding down some demon. Let's assume that's all that is true. This tree is our God, and we will do anything to free it. So assuming all you say is true, well, we're still we're still freeing our tree.
Killing yourself, then it would likely destroy your tree. So you're actually killing your tree.
Well, and exactly, you are literally destroying whatever your god has sacrificed to keep this beast down there.
If, once again, what you say is true, then nature itself has a remarkable ability to keep everything in balance. I'm sure once our tree, our God, is freed.
And you are destroying that balance.
No, we are freeing the tree.
See that? Exactly. It is keeping the balance here. The nature is literally keeping the balance. How do you not see that?
Our tree is being strangled. It is. Do you not see the pain that it's in?
That is not your decision to make.
Oh, my dear, it is our decision to make, and we will free our tree.
If you free that tree, you're letting this demon go, which would likely destroy your tree.
And you along with it.
As I said,
and the rest of literal nature.
As I said, assuming everything you say is true, which I don't think it is as an aside, but assuming what you say is true, we need to free our God. And we will free our God. This is a generational problem we've had. My father tried to free it. His grandfather tried to free it. And we've all failed. And if it wasn't for the saint of a man who taught us our ritual, I would be back to square one. We are freeing the tree.
How many of you know the ritual?
Oh my god.
You look around the grove, and I'll give you an exact count. So there's the wife and her husband and 6 other kind of lesser droids. So there's 8 of them here altogether. Well, the 8 of us.
If we brought 1 or 2 or 3 of you down there to see what we have been talking about, and keep in mind this may take a few days, in which we would require you not to do the ritual, just for the sake of, a discussion rather. Would you mind if we took a few of you down there just to show what we are talking about?
You wish to delay the freeing of our tree? Thank you, but no thank you.
See, and we're trying to be diplomatic with this. There's got to be a little bit of leeway here. Anything that we can do to convince you that what we're saying is true. Like all of this sounds very strange. This large man literally came to you and spoke to you in your minds,
Yes.
and you have not second guessed that?
Well, we second guessed it time and time again. But the simple fact of the matter is what he said worked. Our trees will be freed. Our God will be freed.
We have literally, and I'm assuming this is the same fellow that we've seen, we have literally watched this man de-age someone. Literally turn them back into what? A baby turning back into dust? You do not think that is against nature?
I've no evidence of that apart from your word. What I do have evidence of, that what he said works.
And do you think that you have no evidence that is for the greater good?
I have evidence that it's going to free a tree that we think of as a literal god.
So, say you free this tree and he's right, and then, so what happens when we're right and you free this demon? It's just okay, then?
As I said, nature has a way of balancing things out. It is the great equalizer. And if our tree is freed, and then it'll be an ally for good. An ally to keep the thing in the basis.
One with nature. It defies the laws of nature. It wants to destroy nature. It has nothing to do with nature, this creature. We've seen people die just from looking at it.
You literally just helped 2 of the people that came with us from the effects of that creature. I don't understand how you literally pulled slugs out of that man's ears. Look, I see the bits on the floor right there. You do not think that those are evil and against nature?
Oh, yes, that's why I removed them.
Well, those came from down there.
You're gonna unleash that by freeing your god. What if your god is here for the sole purpose? Yes, it's suffering and it's sad, but what if its main purpose is to keep this creature locked away, and you're taking that away from it?
Look, we're going around in circles here where you disagree with what we're doing. I mean, this has literally been our life purpose, to free the tree from the chains.
And
We're
my
not
life
gonna
purpose
do
right
that.
now is to make sure that those chains stay tight.
Well, we're going to do everything in our power to free the chains.
Okay, by any chance, and I'm
none of you will say.
No, wait a second.
No,
Have you-
you?
Have you heard of the god Ilmater by any chance? I'm assuredly you would have heard of him.
Oh yes, the god of suffering. The broken god. He that was broken. Says Malcolm, who played a character for a long time in a campaign who was a zealot of Ilmater. Yes, Ilmater, the broken god, yes.
Do you not think that this circumstance could be similar? Literally, a god of perseverance and suffering. What happens if you disrupt that natural cycle?
But we're not disrupting. I mean, chains and trees. Opposite ends of the spectrum. One is made from iron and forging and destroying and mining into nature itself. And yet we have this tree. This tree, the very symbol of nature, our God itself. What could possibly be a greater insult to nature than the irons that binding our tree itself? Just in case you're wanting to know what things look like, this is what things look like. The husband and the wife out front, and the druids, the lesser ones, kind of just hanging around in the background watching this debate.
Was this tree like the first tree in this area?
Is it what, sorry?
Was it like the first tree, like of this forest?
I don't know. It's one of the earliest trees.
So why is this one singular tree a god and not one that's older than it?
Well, when you have prayed, as long as we have, and talked to the tree, I mean, it is very sacred to us. I see you measuring out range spells, and it concerns me a little bit.
Well, if you look at it from my point of view, okay, I am against the laws of nature. I don't age. So if I go to this pebble and pray to it for 1,000 years, does that make it a god?
Well, could
I
be.
can start praying to a little pebble on the ground. Like,
I mean,
that's not how gods are made, by just praying to a object.
I feel you are mocking us, which is not good. But to answer your question, if you pray to that pebble long enough, you would understand that a pebble does not exist in isolation. A pebble came from somewhere, came from a mighty mountain. And then you'll see that the mighty mountain erupts everywhere, spreads ash. And you think ash might be bad, but ash is a fantastic fertilizer. And you'd realize that all things in nature are connected, from the lowest rock to the mighty oak.
Range,
What's the most
including
between
metals.
demons and nature?
Udas is going to say you guys are crazy and walk through them over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's the relationship
Literally-
you see between demons and nature?
Well,
Aren't
and
demons
literally
from
metal
nature?
comes from nature.
Yes, metal comes from nature by cutting into nature, from setting fire to nature. I mean, we have seen iron mines. We consider them an aberration to nature. That they feed the forest to feed their furnaces. And they melt down the mountains. They turn it into these abominations.
So, Phelan's gonna. I want to show you nature, meditation into nature, and bring up Tana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh, 2 Tanas.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, double fun. I'm very connected to nature. He has given me solace when I've been through a difficult time.
Oh,
But he's
fantastic.
also a partner. I don't like. We fight against things that are here to destroy our life and destroy a lot of lives. And we're willing to make sacrifices. He will sacrifice for me. I will sacrifice for him. The tree is sacrificing for us. That's a balance that we want to uphold. We're going to respect. We want to respect the resiliency and the purpose of that tree more than your affection for it. We've come a long way, and we're determined as you are, and we are not going to let you free those chains. The consequences of that are too dire, and we're willing to do what we need to make sure that doesn't happen.
I mean, that sounds like a threat. We've shown you nothing but goodness, nothing but
At that
kindness.
Oh no.
Yeah. Udas is going to strike the ground. This is not going anywhere, and his hand hits the ground with the hammer, activating its special ability. It
Boop.
gets all of them and none of us.
Okay, so let's this going down.
No, don't kill the hippies.
This
Well, we can
was
try
not
non-lethal.
going anywhere.
We
I
may all
gave
die
each
anyway.
one of you at least
That's cool.
2 tries.
That's cool.
Yeah. I
No, we
really
tried a
tried to
lot.
parlay that.
You
Yeah.
tried.
Oh,
I
yeah.
gave them the opportunity.
Oh,
Absolutely.
these poor innocent people. They just wanted to bring their tree back. You
And
guys are so mean.
they showed.
Murder hobos.
We literally tried
What?
all we could to like convince these people. They just didn't want to listen.
Absolutely.
This is the same instance with those stupid elves from the last
We are
campaign
very,
and their
we are
goddamn
very,
tree.
we are very determined murder hobos.
Lord.
How's your? Did we get an initiative? Where is your D&D Beyond still
I
being
roll.
screwy?
Sorry. No, I'm sorry. I roll. I got it. Send it on that.
Better than some
I
of them.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Working fine
Okay,
now.
so
Come on.
Udas. Oh, well, look at that, Udas. You both get to initiate this combat by driving your Earth Shaker Maul into the ground. And you'll get first turn as well. So,
They all have to make strength saves, I believe, right? They have to, yeah, strength saving throws or they're knocked to the ground.
what's the DC?
It is 8 plus proficiency bonus, which is, what are we at, guys? Did that level up change
Plus
it?
3.
Or, so
3.
3. So 16. Strength save of 16.
Okay, I'll do these lesser druids first, or 6 of them. So strength saving throw. Was it DC 16 again?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
What's this like purple thing in the chat? It looks cool.
Oh, I'll explain what that is in a second. Let's get these strength saving throws.
Let's go inside.
Okay, so yeah, if you notice, Udas has got a little symbol around him.
Oh.
That implies it's his turn. So if you want to know what turn it is, and that purple thing is, I don't really like the purple thing to be honest, but yeah, that's what it does. It keeps track of who it is. So, you bring up your Earth Shaker Maul, Udas, and boof, drive it into the ground. Apart from one of the druids, who says that one at the top there falls to the ground prone. And both of Fee and his wife, both of them failed their strength saving throw as well. So all but one single druid succeeds.
He
And
stays on his feet. It takes 4 points of damage. Thunder.
so 4 points of damage. Everybody else takes 8.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so your Earthshaker Maul goes off. Everybody falls to the ground apart from this one person taking damage. It's your turn, Udas. What would you like to do?
I am going to rage.
Okay.
Then wild surge. Let's see. Okay, I swear this thing is broken. That is like the 12th time in a row. This doesn't count. I'll still take it. I'm just, again, making sure again. Okay. Swear. I will...
Okay.
Let me just see. I will... Huh? Yeah, I think it's best to run up and reckless 2-shot.
My friend, there is no need for violence. We can resolve this.
Can't let you open this, break this chain.
Okay.
19 and 24.
Okay, let me just check a few things here. Don't think you can actually do anything against that. Set roll damage for both of those.
Doesn't have to be reckless because they are prone.
Sometimes you just got to do. So 25 plus
4.
so 29 points of damage. Okay, so you just poof, crack down and hear your bones snapping in a big cave in the chest of the gentleman. It's just, why?
Gonna crush him to the spot just south of me next to this. Like, take the hammer and kind of, with one of the shots, sweep him.
It does a full flip. Okay, is that your turn?
Yes. But he moves right here.
Okay, sure. Well, Fee regains his footing using half his movement. And... he is going to... start casting a spell. He says, "Light of the sun, come now and protect these enemies of nature. Burn them with your radiance." And this orange light starts coming out of the sky. Ah, you curse, you scattered people. It is actually going to go for Soren.
Not at all having to do with the conversation we had earlier.
No, not at all.
I mocked their tree by praying to a pebble.
But
I just did this.
yes, so the sunbeam starts burning down upon you, Soren. Nothing technically happens yet, but it will happen on your turn. It says, by the light, protect them! And he... I think that will do. Tana.
Alright. I'm going to rush in here and go with this guy. Remember all the things that I have. So it's 2 attacks to begin with. See if the first 2 hit.
24
Advantage,
hits,
right?
yeah, with advantage.
Advantage. Yeah, put them up on the
Yeah,
horse,
both of those
so
hits, so
24.
14 damage.
Alright. We're going to go ahead and smack both of those. So it would be 48.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go ahead and do some Biomaster stuff. So on the same 2 attacks, we're going to do maneuvering. So if Eris want, or if Soren, you want to move, you can move.
I can move.
Yeah, I'll put it up there.
Like my full movement.
Half movement. So I'll put it up there.
That's pretty good.
Yep. And plus another D8 for damage on that. Oh, not going damage. Okay. And then I'll do the same thing for Eris. If you want to move, you can move. And 7 points of damage. And then going to bonus action hit. I've lost my attacks now. This one. So bonus action. Advantage,
Okay.
17.
Yep. Got it.
Okay. And then how's she looking?
It's a he, and he's looking damaged, but just to keep gender norms, he'll put blue on the guy and a pinkish color on the female, just to maintain gender roles, gender stereotypes.
Alright. Do these things. Hang on a second. We're gonna take off 2 smites. And then action surge,
Ah,
and going to do it two more hits.
okay. Yep, that hits.
For a crit, yeah, it is. I know.
That does
All
not.
right. And this is not okay. So one more 2d8. That's 1d8.
Okay. Still standing.
Okay. And then he uses movement to hand disengage and move over to here.
Okay, so with these attacks just raining down onto Fee, now according to the technical description of the spell, when you start your turn in this spell or move into it, you take damage. Soren, you did neither one of those things, so you're not going to be affected by it.
Yay.
Okay, but yeah, you just come in and absolutely start hacking into this tree. It's messy, Rafe. Hacking into this person. But still standing despite this barrage. Let me think for a sec. You see... Let's get my icon just right here. You see the tree itself start bending its limbs. It reaches down next to you, reaches down and picks up a rock. And it sees Rafe. And let me just make sure I got this set up right. It's going to throw. It's gone. There it is. So it's going to pick up and throw a rock directly at Rafe. It's going to roll a 23 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, and you take 18 points of bludgeoning damage as this rock just boosh into your face. One of the druids, first of all, it's going to stand up. It is going to cast Entangle on Rafe. A 20-foot radius right here. And Rafe, creature. So make me a strength saving throw. As Tana, actually, not as you, as Tana.
Yeah,
Yep, make a strength saving throw.
I have to look everything up. Well, I know what it is. I just roll it. So, actually, I don't know what it is. I'm going to roll D20 first. And then, well, I don't know what the save is. Hang on, I can't find it.
Don't know why you're a 90 by 5 foot wall, but that's okay. Regardless,
What's that?
8 on the chat it says you're a 90 by 5 foot wall. But that's alright. It's because you got your as thing down the bottom, not selected as Rafe or Tana. But whatever. 18 plus stuff is enough for him to break free of the thing. Yep. So all these vines and bits and pieces come up all around Tana, but Tana gets his hooves going and manages to avoid it. This one, who didn't actually fall down, is going to cast is going to find the angles that will work. It's just going to cast it on Eris. You see this Druid, she brings her hands together and claps, and this thunderous sound, boosh, shoots out from her. I need you, Eris, to make me a Constitution saving throw, please. $14 is enough. But we're going to cast it at 3rd level. Oh, terrible roll. You take 8 points of thunder damage, and you feel yourself getting thrown back, but you don't get thrown back, and you maintain your ground. So net effect, just 8 points of bludgeoning damage. This person stands up as well, swings around to the north here, does the same thing. Make me another strength saving throw.
What, con? Sorry?
Oh, sorry, con.
Saving?
Yes, definitely con. Yep. Oops. That is a success once again. And you will take this time 6 points of thunder damage. The Archdruid.
What are they casting?
They're casting something that sounds like this. They're casting Thunder Wave.
Did they just hit their buddy as well?
They get the angle just right. Okay, the wife stands up. What would I do if I was a nature terrorist and wanting to just destroy people? What would I do?
Harsh description.
It's not wrong.
But accurate.
But accurate.
Eris, Udas, and Soren, not Rafe. Can you all please make me a dexterity saving throw? And yes, your danger sense would apply, Udas, so you can do this at advantage. Nope.
God, are you
Nope.
kidding?
Eris, yes. That's a terrible roll. You see the wife saying, "Let the heavens open up and destroy these interlopers." And she pulls down, and these massive meteors almost, it's not meteor swarm in case you're worried there for a second, but these balls of fire start erupting down.
Was
Soren, take 37 points of fire damage. Udas, take 37 points of fire damage. Eris, take 18 points of fire damage. And using her remaining movement, she goes back and says, "Protect me! Protect me!" And she kind of folds, does that reverse Homer thing. Well, the actual Homer thing, and reverses back into the tree. Soren, it's your go.
Keep forgetting how big this is. Why do all my homies gotta group up all the time, man?
Yeah, you gotta remember that that one's not in it.
Um. Let's. So I wish there was an evocation trick just to fireball on you guys and not worry.
They just got hit by a bunch of fire type damage. Surely a
did.
fireball wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, but I don't want to hurt the tree. Let's do a scorching ray.
Against.
We'll start with this guy till he dies.
Okay. So roll to hit. Is it roll or is it the save?
It's to hit.
Okay.
Wow.
So the
That's
flame
how we're starting this, huh?
shoots out and just scorches behind him.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
dearie me, you can get one of these as well.
Okay,
Oh
I'm
my
just
goodness.
gonna use my movement to go back here and cry.
Oh yeah, 3 scorching rays and 3 of them just miss horribly.
Yeah,
No good.
Enjoy your fight, guys.
Okay, Eris.
Kinda want this person to be gone before anything else. I'm gonna look at Eudes and I'm gonna say to kill.
Yeah. What
Oh, fuck. Okay.
what choice did they leave us? We have to close this, go back down, get to the next one.
Okay. I am going to go ahead and booming blade my gauntlet.
All right.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, what's happening?
And I believe I can quicken spell and do it again.
Okay.
God damn. Does a 15 hit? That was a
Nope.
shitty roll too.
Nope.
Ugh. Well, you know, on second thought, maybe you kill. I'll just stay here for moral support. That
Okay.
was my turn.
Oh, dearie me, this is not going terribly well. Okay. Now. This
I know
druid.
this is super late, but I did just realize, and this probably would have changed everything. This archdruid is supposed to be just south of me.
Oh, yeah.
I
I mean, he's almost dead anyways. He's not gonna move. You're gonna murderize him before.
But that would have been Soren's fireball.
Ah, well, coulda, woulda, shoulda, but it's too late now. So, let me get... no, can't do that. It's gonna just have to cast a Produce Flame onto Rafe, which misses, but she does get closer to this entangled area. This gentleman is going to swing over here as well. Going to do the same thing, Produce Flame. It's going to miss as well. This druid is going to... it's going to cast Entangle. And whoops, this one would have stood up. Udas and Eris make a strength saving throw. Eris, you are restrained. Actually, restrained? Let me make sure of the exact description because it matters. Oh, oops. Let me... So Entangle... Yeah, you are restrained, so your attacks will be disadvantage and attacks against you will be advantage. Eudes, you jump out of the way. Regardless, this area is difficult terrain. Yeah, difficult terrain regardless. Okay, Eudes, swing back round to you.
Crush down on...
Oh my god.
Oh, sweet, merciful baby. Jesus.
No help.
That would be 28 on first one.
28 will be enough to crush her into the ground. Or him into the ground.
So I will swing around.
They.
And
Okay, roll damage for this one.
27.
Oh my god, that's just scary. That one there also goes down. And thankfully for you, Eris, the Entangle spell goes down because you can't concentrate on your dead. Yeah, Eudes. Kicking butt and taking names. Well done. Double natural 20s. It's
Yeah.
hard.
Needed something to balance the scale. So.
Okay. Swinging up to there. Cool. Rafe. Keep in mind this is
Yeah, she's
difficult
not-
terrain. I don't think it's going to matter, but it is difficult terrain.
Yeah, she's not there, is she?
No, she is. She's absolutely
She's right
there.
there. She's not inside the tree. Okay.
Oh,
yeah, but
jeez.
it won't matter. You got-
Yeah. You
gotta
can
be
run up to her.
movement, so.
Yep.
And let's see.
27 hits, so 6 points of damage.
Yeah. I don't think one of these do anything. I mean, everything's okay. Everybody's standing up, right? Nobody's down yet or anything. Okay, let's go and we'll swing again.
Okay. That hits
No
as
more
well,
left
so another
one.
10 points of damage. Cool. So 17.
Okay.
Oh, that misses. 13 misses. So another 10
yeah,
points of damage.
And
Okay.
then we'll run. See, hang on, I can't read it here. So that was from here. So that was half movement. So 15. It took me 35. Took me full movement. So I'll disengage still. I can disengage. I'll run here, but I'll pick up the opportunity shot.
Okay. So you start laying into this droid. The tree brings up another rock and throws it again at you, Rafe. And it rolls a 22 to hit, which I assume is going to hit. And you take 36 points of a rock to the face damage. I rolled very well.
How much you said?
36, 36.
36. Jeez. Okay.
It's 4d10 plus 6, and I rolled a 10, an 8, an 8, and a 4. So,
Okay.
a good roll. But yeah, the tree getting this rocks and boof. Seems not like Rafe very much. The Druids goes there. It's going to cast Thunder Wave right from there. Assuming which in range, which I'm just going to say it is. Going to cast at that second level. And make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yeah.
For you and Tana.
Yeah.
So Rafe, so you take 4 points of thunder damage, and you remain on Tana. And so yeah, 4 points of damage to both of you as this thunder wave just peels away down there, but you maintain balance on the horse. Okay, this druid up here. We'll see Rafe. We'll see Udas there. And it's going to attack you with its quarterstaff at advantage. And a 15. Will hit. 8 points of bludgeoning damage. Udas, reduced to 4 because of your rage. This druid here will do the same thing. Attack quarterstaff at advantage. And we'll miss. Now, Archdruid. Can it do that again? Yes, it can. Soren, what are you doing over there? Udas and Eris make a dexterity saving throw, because of danger sense you can do this at advantage, Udas. That's a success. That's a failure. Anything you can do about that, Eris? Nope. Okay. So once again, these firestorms just come barreling down. Udas, you dodge to the side, avoid the most of it. You take 15 points of damage. And Eris, you can take 31 points of damage as these things just erupt around the battlefield. Soren. He just goes deeper into the tree.
I'm gonna try something different. I know they're druids, and they're probably gonna be really good at resistance, but Soren doesn't know that, so we're gonna do it anyways.
Oh, that's big.
Yup. I'm going to... that gets the tree in there too. I'm gonna cast slow.
Oh, slow. Okay.
1 second. I need to actually spell.
So if I run in there, though, it affects me too, right?
It's of my choice.
Okay, cool.
So, wisdom save. We'll start with the normal druids first. How many are in there? 3 normal druids. Oh, they all fail. The arch druid. Wisdom. She succeeds. And the tree fails. Okay, so all these guys fail. So I put minus implying that they're slowed. And they do get a saving throw at the end of their turn, right?
Yeah, and then they also get a -2 penalty to AC, and Dex saving throws, can't use reactions, and then if a creature attempts to cast a spell with a casting time of 1 action, roll a d20 on an 11 or higher. The spell doesn't take effect until the creature's next turn.
Okay, nasty. Okay, so slow is cast. Time slows down. You see all of these creatures moving slightly slower. Well done. Eris.
And I'm 35 feet further off the map.
Okay.
Coward. I'm going to... Man, I'm like almost dead. If I quicken a spell, can I cast 2 leveled spells, or is that only with twin spell? I can't remember. I guess twin spell.
I'm not sure.
Just look that up, Google. Okay, yeah, I was right. Okay, it's only twin spell.
Okay. So what do you do?
I'm gonna twin spell, cure wounds at 2nd level on myself.
Okay, nice.
Instead.
So 13 and 13.
And 13.
Okay. And do you stay where you are?
No. Just in the event of kind of spreading out, I'll go over there.
Okay, excellent. These 2 unslowed druids, they're going to both flip over here, kind of get into range of you, Eris, and they're both going to cast Produce Flame. So twice. 19, does that it? No, it doesn't, with a 21.
Nope.
Yeah, so the flame just erupts right around you, no damage done. That's both of theirs turns. That druid up there is dead. Udas.
Go in 1 to my left.
Okay. 13 will hit, and actually...
-2 to their AC.
-2 to their AC. 13 will still miss, but the 19 will hit, so 12 points of damage. But 12 plus 2, still 2. Okay. Looking wrecked, but still up.
That's it.
Okay. All right, Tana.
No.
Ah. Leave me alone. Yep, 7 damage. You hack into her. 10 damage as you hack into her. 9 damage as you hack into her offhanded.
And disengage, and then see where I want to go. Hang on. Okay.
Like this massive thing around the tree implying that it's its turn.
Yeah.
As you flee, or as you disengage and head up north,
Yep.
the tree is going to throw another rock at you. It is a 19 hit.
Yep.
Okay. Not nearly as good this time, but still 25 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Still up?
Yep. Barely.
Barely. Okay. How far does produce flame go? Within 30 feet of you. She's going to dash up here. That's all she can do. But he's running away from her. This druid, though, will hit you with its quarterstaff at advantage. And misses. And what type of save is it to avoid the slow?
Wisdom.
Wisdom, so still slowed. The next droid, also next to you, will do another attack, and that will hit for 7 bludgeoning damage, but reduced to 3 because of your rage. And they will make a wisdom saving throw, and they will still be slowed. The archdruid, who is not slowed. Can't do that again. She will hold an action. Soren.
35 to that. Good thing I got Spell Sniper. I'm gonna try some Scorching Rays again
Okay.
on the druid here.
Let's see those rolls. Maybe one of these will hit. 19 hits.
Cool.
16 hits. Oh, 3 hits. Nice. So for once, your flames come off. So roll damage on all of those. 5, 12, 18, 30. Okay, as all these flames into her, and she's looking very damaged now, her prepared action goes off, and all her wounds are restored. She looks fully healthy once again. Eris.
Oh, we got that out of the way. I guess. That's my turn.
Okay. Kind of regretting using my spells earlier, but we're gonna ignore that. Gonna go up here. I'm going to green flame blade the person in front of me.
Okay.
This is to hit. Can I roll like decent today? That'd be nice.
That misses, obviously.
Okay, I'll do it again.
Okay. That
There we go, that
hits.
hits. Okay, so this.
So 7 to the first one, right?
Yep. It's yeah. So 7 plus 1, so 8 to the first one, and then 6 to the one up top.
Okay. Bounces between them. They're scorched. They're hurt. They look ready to rip your throat out, though, Eris. They're still up.
Yeah, sure is.
That's your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, they come swinging at you with their quarterstaff. First one is a 23, so 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'll shield that.
Okay. The second one will take a swing. Seeing that. So it's going to swing. So it's going to swing again. And that's a natural one. So that's going to miss, especially with your shield. Judas! 2 slow druids in front of you. What do you do?
Yeah, it's
20 hits. First one goes down.
Oh, 16 does a 16 hit.
16 does it.
13 points.
13 to the next one. Okay, so you just completely crush the other one as you slap down on it hard with your Earthshaker more. But the second one survives though. I assume you're staying there. And that was reckless, which is noted. Tana, you're up.
Okay. First I'm going to run this action second in. In theory.
Okay.
It's there we go. 7 more hit points. Yay.
Not a great roll.
Yeah. And then we'll go down and.
Yep, and you won't get your offhanded attack because you used your bonus action, right? For second wind.
Correct.
Yep, okay, but yes, swing away. That hits, yep, 6 points of damage. 19 hits as well, 8 points of damage, yep.
Even last smite is level 2, so 3, 8.
Okay, Divine Smite, needless to say, it is not undead.
And then that's 10 points with federals. Last 2 maneuvers.
Okay.
So doing a 2d8.
Okay.
And these can be moves, so we may need to move. You can say, Eris, you want to move? You can't move. I won't want to use your shots. You can move, and then Storm, you can move if you want to. Half movement.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and take a little bit where I was, I guess.
So feel free to move if you want, Soren or Judas. I suspect that you don't. What's your armor class, Rafe?
18.
18. Roll me a d20, Rafe, and roll between a 1 and a 7. Nope. So the rock comes flying across, smacks into you, and you take 26 points of bludgeoning damage as the trees.
Alright, he's down.
Okay. So, yep, Rafe goes down. Tree to the face. Yep. Okay, this droid, droid here will come near to Eris, casting Produce Flame on you with your shield still up at 21, or still misses. So just misses. This droid is going to attack Judas at advantage, and that's going to miss. The arch droid will get a turn back, and running out of things. As you're battling and you see the druids fall one after the other, and she says, "You have destroyed my circle. You will regret this day. I will get more followers in time, and I will free this tree." And with that, the tree itself opens up. She steps into the tree. She walks into the tree, And then she disappears. Soren.
So he'll come back into frame so I can get rid of this. So he's just gonna like shout out to all the other people, like, "Hey, your leader abandoned you. Like, do you want to continue fighting? You're just gonna die."
Okay, make a persuasion check.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay. The old sorcery point. Okay. We'll see what happens as a result of your persuasion when it comes to their turn. You're not quite sure what's going to happen, Eris. What do you do?
Can I hold my action until either one of these dudes in front of me attack me?
Okay, to hold action. The druids look at each other and they say, without both our leaders, one of our leaders has fallen. We needed both of these people to complete the ritual. There is nothing to defend. We can't do this. And they all stop, put down their weapons, kind of look at each other. You know what you've done. Our tree will probably wither and die now. You've killed our god. How dare you? You've ruined everything.
Better than the world ending.
While you're having that pleasant conversation, I'll up Rafe with the cure wounds.
Oh yeah, that whole thing.
I'm sorry. I don't have a lot left in me. Here's 6 health.
Better than nothing. And the druids look around. They're looking despondent. They say, well...
Eris,
Yes?
I was just going to say, Eris, I was on mute, sorry about that. Eris, come here real quick.
Oh, yep, I know what you're gonna do. Do it, please.
Yeah. So, second level. Well, get back.
They rather morosely go and gather around their fallen comrades and say, well, congratulations. You've ruined everything. We cannot possibly perform this ritual now. We will stay and we will rebuild again. You have set this back years, though. I think it's best if you leave.
Are you guys fucking serious? You're saying this to our face?
Yes,
Sword.
yes, we are. You've literally condemned our god to be in chains for years to come. How dare you? Leave!
You know what?
We can't leave them alive, guys.
No, they're honestly too fucking stupid. Like, I don't know what to say. Here, can you?
Is that a fireball coming, Soren?
Possibly.
I'll look over at Soren, who's doing some weird things with his one remaining
He
hand,
literally
and I'll back the
has
fuck up.
like a fireball like in his hand, and his eyes are glowing red right now. Like,
Yeah.
and he'll say like, "I gave you a chance,"
Okay,
You
roll.
guys gave them so many chances.
and
Well-
then I'll change it to thunder damage. Put that on me. I'll change it to thunder damage so it doesn't like the tree on fire.
Okay,
Where's my Spell
directly on all of us.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's the DM. That's the DM playing silly buggers. Okay.
We deserve it. We deserve it. It's okay.
Roll damage, and I'll tell you if they need to make it. Some of them will probably die regardless of their rolls. 24. Okay, this one dies no matter what. This one dies no matter what. Dexterity 17 saves. 1, 2. Oh, one of them passes. This one dies. This one looks severely burnt and is on 1 hit point. It survived as your fireball erupts around this poor innocent creature.
Udas goes and takes care of her. Just,
Okay. Roll to hit, and she's literally on 1 hit point.
Flicker.
yeah, it's
So stupid. Like how that.
Like, we literally killed one of their leaders because they wouldn't listen. So we gave them a chance. We're like, nah, we'll rebuild and screw you. We'll free our tree. So it's like, okay, well.
It feels bad though, but
Oh,
really,
it does. Like, I
what-
didn't want to kill them in the first place, but they're just, yeah. I mean, I get why they want to. Like, yes, it's their god. Like, I completely understand that, but I'm overruling their god for the safety of the world. I'm sorry. Maybe that's not my call to make, but that's how
this is
smart.
the most important chain. They were. She got away, but we have years, and we know where they will be. Now let's get back down there.
Can we have a sleep first, please?
Yeah. Rick, can I? I need to. I'm gonna lay right here.
I'm gonna
Is
lay
this-
a little bit away from the tree that was throwing rocks at us.
Yeah, is the tree
That's a good-
still
that's a
like
good idea.
being all weird or what?
No, it's stopped throwing rocks.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go have a rest first, and then afterwards I'll go check out the chain and see what we're dealing with.
Can I just speak to Udas for a second, please, in the other voice channel? Come here, Mr. Udas. Now, given that you know where you are, Udas, do you have
Yes.
any intention of visiting your family?
No. He has every intention of getting out of. As far as he's concerned, with everything that's happened, the closer he is to them, the more they are in danger. Protecting them is number one.
Okay, cool. Got it. Okay, let's bounce back over.
All right.
Big old nature.
No, yeah, that was Colin didn't want to kill them either. That was no, he was trying to catch him. That was very much a party thing.
But yeah, no, on this one, Soren's like, yeah, no.
Yeah,
I just want
yeah.
Welcome
Graves
back.
like deadish, not dead, but beat up.
Dead-ish.
Deadish.
Good word.
Okay, so you guys are taking a long rest, short rest? What are you doing?
Long
long
rest, please. Yeah.
Long rest, okay. You're setting up watches, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay, who's taking the... You're going to take a watch each? What's happening? Because you're kind of down on numbers a little bit.
Grateful
I'm
not
kinda
volunteer
worried.
for the watch to change.
I'm fairly healthy-ish, so I could assist if needed. Like, I
So-
I
can
have 6 HP.
So not
Okay,
Rafe.
well then, we do Soren first, and then Udas, and then Eris.
Yeah.
Okay,
And, like,
Soren.
Yeah.
Soren, make a perception. Yeah, Soren. Soren, make me a perception check, please.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay.
One day I'll get a better roll. One day.
You look
you did
around.
last
It's
time.
it's a forest. Nothing much happens.
Thanks, Forest.
Okay, you was it Udas next? You kick Udas awake? Udas, make me a perception check. Got that perception check for me, Udas? Oh, there we go. Okay, 4. Is that a disadvantage or does it matter? I guess it's the first roll.
Oh, I was on mute. Sorry. I said, yeah, I did it at disadvantage because he's only looking east.
Okay, interesting. Let's let's go back over to the other voice channel there, Judas. Despite you rolling so terribly on perception, it doesn't really matter, because off about 50 feet or so away from your slumbering party, you see a figure. The figure is wearing a cloak, and you know who this is. And you see a hand emerge from the cloak and beckon you over.
Yeah, he goes.
Okay, now let me just get my notes for this. And he says, you can't really see his face, but he says, Judas, it has been some time.
What do you want? Let's get this over with.
Well, how is your boy? How is Naus doing? Full of health, full of vigor, full of life, is he?
I haven't heard.
Well, I've been keeping an eye on him, Judas. He is in fine health. You know who you need to thank for that, do you not?
That was our deal. Yes.
It is time to, shall we say, repay me for what I did to save your son. Are you ready, Judas, to do the thing that you swore to me that you would do? And keep in mind, if you don't do this, let's just say Naus might find himself having a little accident.
I swore I would do one thing for you, whatever it asked, to save my son. And I stand by my word. If you stand by yours.
Oh, I will stand by my word, no problem. And he hands you a dagger. And this dagger is just dripping with this black goo. It's obviously some type of very, very evil weapon. Do you take the weapon?
Yep.
Yep, and you feel it, the metal on the hilt of this dagger almost moving into your hand, and these metal strands kind of attach around your wrist to make sure that you let go of it and it's still holding on to your wrist. You are part of things now, Judas, that are much, much bigger than yourself. I myself have made certain alliances, certain deals. And let's just say that the people I associate with, they need that tree to die. So take that dagger, drive it into the heart of the tree. If you do this, our deal will be complete. Your son will remain alive, notwithstanding acts of God, as it were.
And my wife.
Your wife? Well, as I say, your wife will be safe. Your son will be safe. I mean, I cannot control all unknown factors, but shall we say I will protect them as best I can. I mean, I don't know if you know what is coming, Judas, but it is bad for everybody. But I will do my best to protect your wife and your son.
It is bad for everybody. Why do you want to do it?
As I said, deals have been made.
That I can understand. I am ready.
Walk over, plunge the knife into the tree, and we'll consider our deal complete.
He walks away straight back to the tree.
Mm-hmm. And oh, wait. Flost Judas. Sorry. Bouncing around. Come back to me, Judas.
Oh, sorry about that. I thought I said I walked away.
Sorry, did you put the dagger in?
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah,
was
sorry.
going to do that in front of them, even though they're all asleep.
But they won't see it because they're asleep.
Oh, I know. That, like, at that point, they can't do anything. I meant, like, I was going to tell you in front of them
Oh, okay.
that I did it, that what I do.
Okay, let's flip back and you can just do whatever you like from now. Okay, let's go back.
Back and revisit occasionally. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome back. Yeah.
All right. Judas, as you were.
So,
Are you dead?
hello?
Yeah.
Heart attack?
No, all of you are asleep, but Judas walk out of the woods through the camp, out of range, over to the tree with the chain, takes his hand and plunges it into the wood.
His
As
hand?
you... Judas, do you want to explain it further, or is that what... I don't know, it's weird because they're all asleep.
Yeah, they're all asleep.
Yeah.
But that's what they're probably, I'm assuming, going to wake up to.
Okay, so this is what the players see. Maybe not Eris, but maybe the actual players. Udis comes up and he's got this dagger in his hand, and there's kind of black tendrils wrapping around his hand, and the dagger itself is dripping some black venom type stuff off it. And Judas, you walk up to the tree, and what do?
Plunge the dagger into the wood.
So you plunge the dagger into this weird dagger kind of slips off your hand and goes deep into the wood, and it shudders once, it shudders twice, and then it starts rotting. You can't tell for a moment because it seems to be rotting from the inside, but then its bark starts exploding out the side, and you see a hollow tree inside of it. And then the leaves wither, they die, they blow away like dust into the wind. And the tree disintegrates. It is nothing. And the change slip down into the hole. What does Judas do?
Do they get up?
Do we get up?
I'm going to say it's your choice, Judas.
Oh, if it doesn't make any noise, then he's just going to lay back down.
Okay.
I like it.
Now, technically, it's Eris's rest. Do you wake Eris up, or do you just go to sleep and let
Just
morning
go
come?
to sleep. Yep.
I like it.
Eventually, well, the good news is everybody gets a long rest.
Yay!
Hooray! Okay. You wake up and you notice two things. First of all, the tree is gone. Second of all, the chains have gone, presumably slipping back from whence they came. That's odd. And as you wake up, you look around, and let me just get onto a map here.
Oh my god, the tree is gone.
You look up, and far to the east, you see in a location which you're pretty sure is Dragon Bay, which, if you remember, is right here. You see massive plumes of steam rising up in the air. Revengers, what do you do?
Cry and go back to sleep.
Who can we call?
Ghostbusters.
Can I go like look down the hole? Is like have my python stopped to this chain from going down at all?
Well, this is what you see. You don't see a chain. You see a hole where the chain was. And you would intuitively know that it'd be very difficult to go back from down here. I mean, the whole reason you could navigate these tunnels was the chain. You know, sometimes it was just basically a cylinder going up and down. You could, in theory, go back down, but it'd be very difficult without the chain's presence. You don't know if your pittons did anything. All you know is you don't see the chains descending down from this point.
I'll look to the spider brethren beside me and ask him if he could go down just a little bit and check.
You know, I only have one hand.
Yeah, I forgot
Only
about that.
has 5 fingers.
Okay, I'm missing my fingers. I technically still have a hand. But yes, I'll climb down.
Okay, so
I
you
forgot to get them put back on, so I'm kind of always without fingers now. It's too late.
So you climb down. You climb down for 10 minutes. You don't notice any chains. Do you carry on?
I won't go too far, because then time gets all funky, so I'll come back.
Okay.
Knowing my luck it'll be 10 years.
Soren comes back more or less instantly.
Did you even look?
Climb down there.
I think
Yes,
you
I
did a great job, Soren. That
If I go too far, time's gonna get all weird and funky, and I won't know how long I'm gone. So I
Doesn't
went
happen
for
until way farther down, probably. I don't know how far you went.
exactly. I went like 10-ish minutes. Which I would
That's
assume
not
with my
good.
climb speed is actually fairly far.
Okay. So we know that Dragon Bay is to the east, correct?
Yes, Dragon Bay is to the east. Yep.
Can we try to pinpoint where we are?
How far east is it? Like, is it literally just in the cove next to us, or?
Well, I'm going to say discussing. Some of you are more familiar with this area than others.
I am.
Is Mr. Udas helping to pinpoint where they are?
Oh yeah. He's open.
So Udas points out that you're on the main island of the Wanderman Assembly. You're on the island of Rukvar. In particular, you're in this little forest here, just to the west of Beachmount. And if you want to see it completely on the big map, where is my big map gone? All the way over there.
We posted a little blotched down.
Yeah, so you're about here. Dragon Bay is here. And this is where you see massive plumes of steam rising into the air.
Clifton's, this is close to where Grace home.
Ah, yep. Well, you're a lot closer than you've been in a long time.
Yeah. Where I could probably be not without my cloak, but that's for later. Okay. What are we doing? Does that mean it's free, or does it mean what was left? Do you remember? That was the last chain. That was the last chain that was taught.
That was
No, we had one chain on it, right?
We had the
yeah.
one
Other
we
than the
grabbed
one that we
play.
have on Arbor Island. Here, I'll update the list.
Yeah, that means it still have a chain on it then, right?
I guess it's 3 loose chains now. Just a second. Let me update.
3 of.
I would guess that one is completely free.
The one that wasn't free, but is also free.
That is not the right marker.
You guys, so you're saying?
Well, I think this one was when we were down there. Did we see chains with that? Like, this is the first one that seems gone. The other one.
All the chains were definitely on there. They were going somewhere. You know that the one on Arbor Island, the one that you clayed up, you know that one's taut. You know the one up in the mountains is taut. And let's go to the big map. This will make it easier. So, here's the state of play. Well, first of all, this is where the steam is rising from. And yeah, remember there was a chain up here, the sacrificed people. You managed to stop them sacrificing it. The chain was still fairly taut. So you're pretty sure that one is secure. This one is gone. You don't even see a chain, let alone tighten it up. And you see this one over here, which is tight as well. So the two you know that are taut are this one and this one. And remember, there are 5 chains altogether. One chain, you don't really know. All you know is that it's not there. And there's 2 other ones, which are loose. You don't know where. And for that matter, you don't know how to get to them. Because the only way you'd know to really get to work out the locations is either go to here, follow that chain down, or here, follow that chain down. But unfortunately, you're here.
I'm kind of at a loss with you people. I mean, we're not defending chains now, right?
Why not?
Are we trying to defend 2 chains? What we're trying to do? We have an army at Arbor Island. We need to get something to defend things that broken Isle. Is that what we need to do?
They were
What's our strategy?
They were
Huh?
already
Isn't
backing
that
up.
what we
from-
were hired to do?
Well, we weren't hired to do this, were we?
We were ordered.
What even happened last night though? Like straight up, I never got my watch.
I got drunk and fell asleep, I think.
You can make a
Got
deception on
Good.
that if you like, Judas. You can make a
fell
deception
asleep.
roll. Because that is not true.
But it seems in character.
Yeah, it's very believable.
I'll let you guys decide what you want to do with that 11.
Soren's not inside in it because he actually believes it. Because
God fucking damn it, Eudis.
the one person that wants to. I don't know.
We rightfully believe it as well.
You missed
Okay.
a whole tree being sucked into the ground or whatever the heck happened?
Well, we all
So
did.
did all of you.
It was your watch, though.
Yeah, I won't deny I fucked up, but can't go back in time now. They saw nobody was on watch and they took advantage. Who knows how those druids did it?
Can I take a look at the area?
Okay, so you look at where the tree was, and the tree is effectively just not there. Including the root system. Remember there was a thick root going down into the hole? That's gone. Actually, make an investigation check, if you like. Eris? Yeah, you look around and you see there's a little bit of ash around where the tree was. Some of it's been blown away by the wind in the meantime. But in your it gives the impression that the tree was burnt with these ashes. But then you think about it, it doesn't really add up. It was burnt. You definitely notice it in the middle of the night. There's a raging tree on fire and probably would have set half the forest on fire as well. So you see this ash, and you conclude it can't possibly have burnt, but there is ash here nevertheless.
And I doubt that. That's so weird.
Well, this wouldn't have been the druids because they would never destroy their tree.
That's
Maybe
true.
they moved it.
Well, it could be the release of the
Maybe.
chains. I mean, they are infernal chains. They do kind of go hand in hand with fire. I don't. That's a. Yeah, it's a deep hole. I don't know if we can actually make it back down there. I don't have enough rope to even get us close to what we need to get down that hole again. And it would take us forever to do it.
Chain is what gets us there.
Well,
What are we doing? What's our task at this point?
Get a boat,
Because
head back to...
the closest chain that we know to go back down and see if we can, I don't know. I
we
guess.
still need another army. Because Clifton's here.
Do you think you could convince them?
No.
That is
I
not
mean,
a resounding
I
answer.
I get my men. Yeah, they trust me. Okay, they wanted me to get out when Cyrus was like being all murdery. But Cyrus is he's an ambitious guy and he's paranoid and he thinks I'm after his throne, which I never really cared about. So I'm not gonna convince him to do anything. He'd kill me on sight. So, do we need the army? If we do, there might be a way to get it. But I guess I'm really unclear of what we're trying to do now. We've got one army at one chain. We have another chain that's,
The other chain is already. They were sending the people that they had in that fortress back to defend that other chain that were that was
Yeah.
in the mountains. Yeah,
okay. So we have two chains that are defended then, right?
somewhat. If they've
Yeah.
gotten there yet. I'm not sure if they
Yeah,
actually got there.
and we don't know what if they can stand against these, and at the same time, my brother's going to war with these people, right?
Yeah, if we can, that's true. If we can at least stop the fighting from one side, that might ease it up on that army a little bit, so they can actually defend the two
Defend it.
chains that we have.
Well, and I think that my soldiers are the best in the world. I mean, I trained them to serve with them. If they could get them to help us, then that would be even better. I don't really know how it's going to work. Like I said, I think my brother would kill me on sight. Um, so that's that. We're here, Clinton. Though that's why I'm asking the question. Though, what's that?
So we kill him on sight.
He is the king, so that would be first he's my brother, and I'm not into killing my brother. But second, he's a king. It won't be that easy to do. We just fuck this up. Um,
I fuck this up, but can't go back now. Just move forward.
Is there nothing, I guess you've probably explored this, so it's kind of sounding stupid. Is there anything that we can do to actually clear your name? Like, at all?
I mean, my brother knows I didn't kill our mother. I don't know who did. Okay, so we can find out who did. That would give me some release, but that's not going to help solve this problem. Um, he just wants me gone, and that was clear from the very beginning. Um, if it's clear by name, he wouldn't be a anything to use against me. So maybe like I might be able to. I mean, nobody likes him. He's an asshole and he's a horrible ruler. Um,
But you're saying that your brother knows that you didn't kill her?
Absolutely, my brother is trying to use it to get me out of the way. But it's what he wants. It's all his power and ambition. He wants me gone. It was his way of using it to. I don't know who did it. I don't know, but him using the opportunity to blame me and get me out of the picture.
So you're saying we have to turn the people and not your brother.
Yeah, I'm saying we can. That's the path we can go. But again, to do, I mean, try to end the war that way, which I am for anyway. We could have an army on our back, so that would be good. But then, what are we going to do? March down and try to kill this thing? Are we going to try to post armies in all the chains? What's our what's our end state here? I'm really
We're
unclear about what we're trying to do.
I don't think that we have any chance of killing this thing, like at any point in time.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just trying to figure out what we're doing.
I think at the very least having armies posted at each of these little chain spots would be probably the best thing that we could do.
All right.
Um,
Well, and then we could ride the cult. We could try to kill just get two armies not fighting one another, going after the cult, right?
yeah, because we're basically fighting a battle on three fronts. We're fighting against
Yeah.
the people here in Clifton. We're fighting against the cultists, and we're fighting against this big, huge
Random-
creature that's under the ground.
And then random eco terrorists.
I mean, I have no, they're whatever, they've gotten their tree, and I don't know what
Yeah.
they've done with it, but they have it
Uh,
now, I'm guessing.
Okay, so I do believe my men would support me. And I believe they're behind me. If we can show that, if you figure out who killed my mother, clear my name for good, so they can use it against me. I don't really care, rule. I can, I guess, for temporarily until we can figure out what's going on, and just get him off the throne. Then we
I
have all
mean,
the power we need to.
is there anybody other than you that could rule at the moment?
No, my sister's
I-
kind of crazy.
Okay, well,
Not in a bad. She's different kind of crazy, but
you know,
So yeah,
I have,
That's a bad.
honestly, I'm actually okay with that plan. I do hear that, you know, being a literal king does pay well, and I'm assuming that, you know, working with you, we would also see some of that. I'm definitely not against that. And he's a crazy bastard anyways, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. If we can stop that, clear your name, I think that's probably the next step. Either that or we go to the chain. But I
Go
don't know
down the
what we're
chain
gonna do
again.
from
Yeah, right. So that's what I'm running into. I'm running like, what can we do? So the only thing I can do is get this army by our backs, right? So two armies that would get a peace for the two countries, and then go after the cult. That's the one that's corrupting all this, creating the problems. And then we have two different armies seeking out the cult to get rid of it. That should get rid of the threat, right?
or at least minimize it so that we can actually hunt the one guy down. Because it's obviously this one particular fellow that seems to be launching most of
Yeah.
this attack. From what
And
I've
again,
gathered.
we could with two armies at our back, we'd be better able to do that. Okay, and I mean, if there's something I wanted, I'll do what I need to do as always, right? For the betterment of everybody. I mean, all I ever want to do is serve my people. That's what I did as a general. That's what I did as a soldier. That's all I've ever wanted to do. So that's what I need to do to serve. That's what I'll do. Um, and then we'll figure out what the long term answer is later. Just get that done so we can get this solved. Does that work?
Yeah, that works for me. Eudes, Thorin, thoughts?
So figure out how we'll kill the mom, and then use that to try to go and lock up my brother somewhere.
I never plan to return to this godforsaken island again.
Well, I guess with that.
Let's just kill your brother. And
Well, one, killing him wouldn't solve our problems because then we'd be being hunted for killing the king. Two, I will kill my brother. He's my brother. But
you know how the people feel about him.
yeah, he's an asshole. My dad was someone they admired. I served with him, and he's always been about himself.
You say the army would follow you?
I think so. Yeah.
If you have the army and you have the people, just man up and put a blade.
I don't know
through
that
the
the
heart.
people. We have to make sure to them that I didn't kill my mom before the people behind me. Before they wouldn't be looking at me as he's in all he can to slander my name. My men didn't believe it. They're the ones who told me to get out. Okay, so I'm not worried about them. But the people, I imagine by now, there's been posters everywhere that I killed her.
How many years has it been?
I don't know. We didn't figure that out. Time has been.
How old? How long of a cold case is this?
Well, no, the mother being actually dead has been more recent. That was
Okay.
as long as we've been. I found
Oh, that's
that
yeah.
we found that out when we were in the jungle.
We'll say that
that's
your
when I first
king
got
took the throne maybe about 2 years ago, and you've been on the run ever since. And you eventually managed to sneak your way off the island, which is where you met your friends on that raft all those sessions ago.
Yay! Yeah.
I will point out one piece of information as well. This island, they're at war. You know for certain, at least some of the army is at Beachmount. So keep that in mind.
Okay. Okay. We're right there. Okay. Okay. Do we know? What do we know about the queen's death? Do we know where it was supposed to have happened?
Inside the palace at Clifton.
Okay.
And you were blamed for it. So you're blamed for two things. One, you're kind of matriarchide, killing your mother, and you're accused of attempting to kill your brother.
Right. That was the first thing. Mm-hmm. Shit. I'm not really sure where to start. I know you need to know Michael for next time.
Never going to be able to get a look at where she was killed. So
Go to Beach Mountain and try to talk with the soldiers there.
Yeah, we'll be a lot more threatening with a few more blades with us, to be honest.
Okay, and then try to talk with them and see what their ideas are how to get in Clifton.
I do
Should
not
have figured out somehow.
go to Beach Town. I do not want to go there.
Beach Mount. Okay.
Beach Mount. You should just head to Clifton.
Can you tell us why? What you're worried about?
Where I go, I
That-
bring danger. Danger is not to come to Beach Mount.
Okay, fair. So you want to protect Beach Mount, and I can get behind that. So the soldiers are there, but okay. So we're going to try to sneak into Clifton again. Remember, I am wanted majorly. I mean, I'm wanted all across this land, but Clifton's going to be where it's going to be rough, right? I'm going to post it everywhere. They're going to know me. I served here for a long time. They might actually know Tana.
I mean, on the one hand, you're well respected by your army. You have led your soldiers into battle. On the other hand, you have a $50,000 bounty on your head. How much loyalty does that buy?
What if we sent Eris in on Tana? Would enough people recognize Tana that they speak to ask Eris where she got him? Sorry.
Yeah, probably.
I mean,
Tana would be very recognizable. He was a horse. Yeah, war horse, beautiful, huge, and
magnificent beast. Yep.
Yeah.
I would maybe suggest the less threatening looking farm boy over there rather than my pink demonic self.
Farm boy can be persuasive when he wants to be. Rich farming.
Yeehaw.
I was going
Okay,
for
so we have a rough plan of going to Clifton. You guys trying to find out who would be allies of me by using Tana. And then
your
trying to figure
friends
out.
would know her, correct? Him.
I didn't
sorry.
more about recognizing the horse. The same thing. I think more about recognizing, but you don't have me. You can make up whatever story you want or how you get Tana. They definitely bring attention to you. Good or bad.
Basically, it sounds like you're trying to start a revolution.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time we did that, Armistice killed them all.
I know that will not be happening too late. I tell you that.
I mean, I don't know that happened.
Now here's one thing you did. All my closest friends knew me as Rafe. That's a name that would not be known by Cyrus or any of those.
Mm-hmm.
So that you could use. But so we're going to go to Clifton and start a rebellion. Try to get them on our side so we can figure out this cult. That's our high level plan, right?
Yeah.
This sounds disastrous.
Okay, so you're avoiding Beachmount. Udas, for some reason, doesn't want to go there. And you sound like you're respecting that. And you're going to head to Clifton, maybe sending Eris on a horse, maybe sending Soren on a horse, the horse being Tana, and basically looking to, at the very least, get this king to see reason and see that the much bigger threat is this cult and what they're trying to achieve. And of course, there's the steaming puddle to the east of here as well. What does that mean? I don't know. So we'll see. And there's we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm going to plan a few things, but it's going to be a very amorphous session, and I like amorphous sessions. So not entirely sure what's going to happen. I'm not entirely sure what's going to work, but I have contingencies in place. Shall we put it that way? Dum dum dum.
Right?
Okay, ponder.
We would love all the sticking our feet next week was going to be.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but and interesting that no one's thought it was Udas, even though the player made it clear that it was Udas who did this.
I had no idea it was going to be a silent killing. I just assumed I'd get caught. But since I love that
She
you
laid
gave me
down-
the opportunity to,
I know. And you said you were drunk. And we're like, oh yeah, you got you drunk.
it offered me the absolute perfect. I didn't even mean to make that happen, but I've been.
Yeah.
It just built up to a perfect excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And
I
then the
couldn't
nat
even.
one. And then the nat one. It was
Yeah.
meant to be.
Tell
I
me, just
couldn't
out of
even,
interest,
usually do an insight check.
what would
You
Judas
didn't
have done if you'd realised that if the party realised what you've done, or what would the party have done if Judas just struck a massive blow for the evil powers?
Ask him fucking why? Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
He would have pled his case and taken his punishment, and if they came at him, well, so be it. He was ready to go.
Well, in the same way, at the end of the previous campaign, all those natural 20s kind of screwed up my end game, which was fine. Now a natural 1 has changed dramatically. I mean, I don't know what you've done, but, Udas, for whatever reason, I mean, obviously I know why he did it. Udas knows why he did it. This is
But we
Udas's
have no idea. We have no.
Huh?
We don't even have a reason to look into it and figure out he did do it. That's kind of the interesting part, right?
literally, the chick said she'd be back, so it's like, well, damn, she was fucking
Yeah.
pissed about it.
He's sad.
I know, right?
That's right.
So a natural 1 has changed things. I mean, Judas might have left the party, right?
Yeah.
Might have
Right.
Jeez.
might have been killed by the party. I mean, that's a pretty fucked up thing that he did.
Yeah.
So natural 1, that's changed the course of the campaign again. Dum dum dum. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, that's interesting as always. As you might no doubt notice, we're rapidly getting to the conclusion of this. Yeah, but we'll see. I thought it'd be over by now, but it's not. But yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying it. Hope you guys are having a good time too. Anyway, I know it's late, especially for you, Sean. So let's call it a night and see what happens next week.
All right, thanks.
Okay, take care, everyone. Good night.
Good night.